Before relocating any grave, the man always had to pinch a bit of dirt from the burial mound and taste it. If he detected even a hint of bitterness, it meant the deceased wasn't resting peacefully there. Only then would he give his crew the go-ahead to open the coffin. But today, Jack encountered a particularly troublesome client. He crouched down and tasted the soil as usual, only to be hit by a foul stench that shot straight through his skull. When he looked up at the tombstone, he realized it didn't even have the deceased's name on it. This eerie discovery immediately told Jack something was seriously wrong. He stood on the grave and surveyed the feng shui of the area. With his years of experience, Jack needed only one glance to recognize this was a cursed ground, heavy with dark energy. A pack of foxes was watching him intently from the shadows. Realizing the person buried here was no ordinary soul, he decided to walk away from this job. Just as Jack was about to drive off, the client chased after him and sweetened the deal by 50 times the original price. Faced with such a tempting offer, Jack figured he'd retire after this one last job and agreed to perform the relocation ritual. The so-called relocation ritual involved tying 5 sacrificial pigs to 5 people born in the year of the pig, using the ceremony to transfer any bad luck onto the animals. Once everything was ready, his assistant smeared pig's blood on the participants' foreheads, then cut their hair and stuffed it into the pigs' mouths. Through ritualistic dancing, they exchanged souls. As the ceremony concluded, the man grabbed a shovel and frantically struck the grave while shouting, "Break the tomb!" The 5 men born in the year of the pig picked up their shovels and began digging furiously. With each scoop of dirt they removed, the shaman made a cut on one of the pigs with his dagger. After their frenzied digging, they quickly located the coffin. Having completed their task, they handed things over to Jack, the feng shui master. He examined the find and noticed waves of dark energy emanating from the coffin. After removing the red cloth covering, he discovered it was made of amber. Clearly, whoever was buried here had been extremely wealthy or powerful. The 5 men jumped into the pit and together hoisted the coffin out. Once they'd carefully loaded it onto the truck, Jack expertly tossed a coin into the empty grave. But after Jack left the scene, one greedy fool got a dangerous idea. Looking at the coffin, he figured there must be burial treasure still in the grave. He grabbed a shovel and started digging like mad. Suddenly, a small snake slithered out. Startled, the man instinctively brought his shovel down hard. To his horror, the snake let out a woman's agonizing scream. Before he could process what happened, dark clouds gathered overhead and torrential rain began pouring down. Jack immediately sensed something had gone terribly wrong and rushed to get the coffin safely to the funeral home. But with that man's interference, the horror had already been set in motion. This is from the brilliant Korean suspense film, Exhuma. If you enjoyed this summary, I highly recommend watching the full movie.